I just want this to be a year that I can look back on really proud that we gave it our all and we persevered.
Hill workout today, doing 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 1 minute, 3 sets of that. So the recovery is just to run back down, but and these will be hard. Should be huffing and puffing, as I say, by the end of each one. Possibly even to the point where, you know, towards the end, you're starting to not match the distance that you previously were running because we're starting to get a little tired.
It's okay to reject something and like want to leave a system or a religion or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you have to be prepared either to have a plan to move on to something else or to have the responsibility to like fill the gap.
Yeah.
You know? You really critted the gap down by that white part of that. Okay.
Oh, well,
It was like 45 seconds in.
am I taking the, did you take the inside lane there?
No. Stay.
Yeah, well, that's why. I'm taking the tangent. So next week,
Yeah, what are we doing next week?
next week is 4, 3, 2.
Last round.
Win it, Finn.
First hill workout.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think it's just a good, it's hard, there's no way out of it, but it's a good way to just like, let's get a foundation, take what we learned from Liberty and start to apply it to Hills, because Transgrancanaria isn't going to have much of that, but I'm not going to be running this fast in Transgrancanaria. So
Yeah.
take this and slowly shift it into like tempo, longer efforts at a lower intensity, and then even longer efforts at a lower intensity.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever I do these VO2 things, like psychologically, it teaches me to run through fear, because at the beginning of the first set, I was already hitting a wall and I was just thinking to myself, how am I going to get through this thing? And I faded, but we still got through it. So
Yeah.
psychological win too. Sure, we picked up some fitness, but that was great.
The mind matters.
We just finished up at Einstein Bagels, and I've never seen someone eat so fast in my life, man.
Well, since we're talking about YouTube here, I have to make one of those outrageous declarations. A good friend of mine, friend of the podcast, amazing. I mean, one of the best ultrarunners in our sport, David Roche. He was just on the pod, and he has been singing praises about sort of the virtues of high carb fueling, high carb eating, high calorie eating. And you just saw me house a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel at Einstein's in record time.
It was probably like 30 seconds.
I would never challenge David in an athletic context, but in an eating context, David, if by chance you have to be watching this, you versus me, Javelina next year, Morton gel, Knack gel, eat off, let's go. I think I could take you. Let's go. In this day of work from home, even though this place is pretty nondescript, it's kind of exciting to have a place where your business lives externally. We have quickly outgrown our quarters here. We're filled to the brim. Got our water coolers there. Got all of our canopies, our tents, tables. This is really cool. I want to show you this. So, previous race director, Canis Hart, he was super influenced by a lot of the in-race features at the Tour de France. One of them being King and Queen of the Mountain, but at the very base of the Flying Dog Climb, there's a timing mat. The runners will go through that. and everyone is on the clock then. There's another timing mat at the top of the Flying Dog climb, and you'll pass through that. And whoever has the fastest split on that climb, on the men's side, gets king of the mountain, on the women's side, queen of the mountain. And it's really cool because we talk about this in our announcement podcast, but it's just one of those like extra features that makes the race interesting and competitive. Like, you know, if you're somebody that wants to win or podium at the 68K, is it a risk to try to get the KOM here? Like, do you totally blow up your race? Because I think that's like mile 8 to 11 on the 42-mile course, the 68K course. So like, it's pretty early on to be pushing extra hard. Do you still have something left in the tank after that? So if you want to sign up for our races, which are taking place on June 14th, 2025, head over to massifrunning.com. It's MASSIF running.com. Yeah, we need to do quite a bit of inventory as well in the next few weeks to make sure that we have everything we need. Like, this was when we did like the race acquisition and sort of transfer of all the assets. I basically just moved all this stuff from one unit over in Park City over to this unit here in Salt Lake. Jules and I got a inventory, and then if there's anything that we need, we place orders this winter. But man, I love this. It's so fun. It's so fun. So. All right, these are the certainly special but unglamorous aspects of parenthood. Got to get this bottle feeding done before we head out on a longer run in the foothills. Gonna aim for about 3 to 4 hours time on feet, 4,000 to 5,000 feet of climbing, multiple climbs, multiple descents. Certainly working on fueling. Gonna aim for that like 80 to 90 grams of carbs per hour. But yeah, family comes first. Gotta get this done, and then we'll go get our work done in the mountains. All right, we are about 12 miles in, heading down the switchbacks into the I Street Meadow. Sorry if the camera's a little bit bouncy. Gonna do our third climb of the day up Morse Mountain and then Twin Peaks. And yeah, this is where the training run gets a little bit cruxy. About 13 miles into this long run. This is our third climb of the day. Just getting all these bulletproof. Like, I haven't done this quite enough in other blocks, and really want to be intentional about it this time around. By the way, no matter how fast or slow I go up these like steep inclines, it always feels the same. It always hurts, but all right. Hitting the first summit of Twin Peaks. Final major peak of the day. Feeling good, about 15 miles in. 16 miles in. Honestly, just wait, because the views coming off this ridgeline on the descent are chef's kiss. Getting back on trails, learning how to climb again, learning how to descend again. It's always a rude awakening, but there's hope. I did everything that my coach told me, and you just gotta trust the process. Again, just like mimicking the ruggedness of Transgrancanaria, not these like glamorous single climb, single descent type runs, but more like you're gonna climb 800 feet here, then you're gonna descend 400 feet, and then you're gonna climb 600, and maybe it snowed last night and the trails are muddy, or it's raining out, or it's snowing, whatever. Like, everything is welcome. We need all of it to be ready. We're far out, we're 3+ months away from race day. And so I have to find wins on every single run. I think showing up is a win. I think completing the run is a win, even if it's not to the T. And I think so far we've shown up, and next week is just about repeating all of it. I appreciate everyone that tunes into these things. I think the question I have is, What do you think? Is there more that you want to see from us from a training standpoint, from a nutrition standpoint, from a lifestyle standpoint? We want to show up for you guys in ways that are meaningful and inspiring, and hopefully, you know, there's entertainment value, but hopefully there's also some education and some inspirations. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see in upcoming vlogs. We're an open book.